The story of Ямполь is actually one of the worst stories we've ever had. The city became occupied by the Russian soldiers, and some weeks or months later, when Ukrainian soldiers took over the city again, they found the local zoo almost completely devastated. A lot of animals were dead, a lot of animals were even eaten by the soldiers, and Ямполь was the only bear that was still alive.
And you see with other bears that is a little bit more picky, that he really choose the food that he wants to eat. As I said, he doesn't eat nuts and meat. It's strange for a bear because most of the bears like it. So Ямполь is really a special bear. I think that Ямполь is deaf, that he doesn't hear us. Because when I call him, he doesn't move. But when he heard some noise, sometimes some vibrations or so, it starts moving.
It's a zoo that works a lot with rescued animals. We are a rescue center for animals. Often we don't know the background of the animals, so that makes it much more difficult to find a good place for them. A lot of good zoos, they only want animals with a genetic background, where they know who the parents and the grandparents are, and we don't know that from Ямполь. But we work closely together with the Five Sisters Zoo, and they find possibilities to give Ямполь a new home, and we're sure that he will have a very nice rest of his life in Scotland. Sarah and Jamil were one of the first exotic animals that came from Ukraine. They arrived in our center in March 2022. They were very small when they arrived here, and now they grow up to very impressive lions at the moment. The actual transport was done by Natalie Popova, one of the Ukrainian animal activists. She has a shelter and she risks her life every day rescuing the animals out of Ukraine to bring the animals into Poland, and it's from Poland where we drive to Poland to pick the animals up.
Этот центр в Бельгии именно для раненых и брошенных животных. Здесь им прежде всего оказывают медицинскую помощь и реабилитацию, затем находят постоянное место. В год через центр проходят 12 тысяч зверей. Львы скоро смогут жить в естественных условиях – саванне. Их отвезут в Южную Африку, в реабилитационный центр в заповеднике Шамвари.
We still have to prepare the transport crates because they need, of course, a big strong cage to bring them to Africa. So I think by the end of this year, beginning of next year, they will be lying under the sun in South Africa.
Тем временем в центр приходят уже новые запросы принять животных из Украины. Рядом активно идет строительство дополнительных помещений. Бельгия финансирует только 10% расходов, поэтому здесь собирает средства с помощью детских экскурсий, кружков и пожертвований благотворителей. Медведь Ямполь тоже помогает собирать донаты.
Not only the visitors, but a lot of media is very interested in the story because it's one of the many untold stories of the war in Ukraine. So yeah, it's got a lot of attention, but it's okay. We think it's also a good story that has to be told. The human suffering is very bad, extremely bad, but there are also animals that are into problem.